What is going on, YouTube? It is Primitive here, and today we are going to be getting into the beginning of our store championship coverage. This is round one of the first store championship we're having here in Colorado at J&J's. This will be between myself playing LordKnightmon on the right versus my opponent playing Shoutmon on the left. I've played my opponent multiple times before, and I'm not 100% sure what they were going to play until I saw the Shoutmon, just because they always kind of change up what they're playing, so I know what to expect going forward. But going into Pedo turn 1, my opponent Digivolving into Shoutmon and then hard playing a Shoutmon. I go TK and I'm going to go ahead and grab Knightmon out of there. I'm not 100% sure what my security was during this game, just because I did play many stressful games after this, so I don't 100% remember, but my opponent's going to swing in with Shoutmon. It's pretty good value being able to just take care of one security in trade of your 1k DP Digimon. It will help them set them up later. I decided to let it go through there. I definitely could have blocked, but I was okay with letting one security go through because I want to be able to get to my Angelmon game plan anyway. And so being able to get down to 3 will be okay. I'll be able to recover later with with Lucamon or Patamon. So we give security attack -2 to the Shoutmon just because I don't really have any other target. Not that it really matters. Goes into Monochromon, putting up a blocker, and then going into Fugumon on raising. The tie is kind of annoying because memory choking is really important in this matchup, and having that shut off so early for me is pretty disappointing. But there's not much else to do. My opponent has Omni Shoutmon on the bench, so I just go ahead and go into Lord Go ahead and swing. I'm going to drop the Knightmon that I took earlier to pop the Monochromon with the help of Pikmon and check security. I'm going to hit Matt and tie, so that's also super unfortunate because now my opponent's going to get all kinds of memory. I Digivolve for 1, but my opponent's going to go ahead and go to 5 because they go to 3 with tie and then 5 with tie and Matt. Promoting the Omni Shoutmon. Going to go ahead and Digivolve into the Shoutmon, seeing who they're going to delete with the on deletion. Go ahead and choose the blocker, which I mean just makes sense. I'm sure they're going to want to try and swing over Lord Knight, which we will see they try to attack and swing over to Lord Knight, but I am stronger, so they do take back the attack. A lot being thought about right here. Yeah. Either way, yeah, let my opponent take it back. It's okay. So they don't attack into Lord Knight, or else they would have just died. They thought they were crashing, but that's not how it's going to work. So they go ahead and swing security for 3 checks because of the Omni Shoutmon and the tie. And then go ahead and swing the Omni into my LordKnightmon. So that does kill. Right here, I'm not looking in the super best position because I'm starting to get really low on security. I got a lot of my board wiped, and I'm not hitting any of my blockers. That's the biggest problem going forward right now, is I'm not hitting the blockers that I want. I am able to swing over the Omnimon, which does help, but I'm still playing into Ty and Matt here. I'm giving the extra memory, and without being able to hit blockers and not hitting any recovery cards, I'm not really going to be able to stabilize a whole lot. I decided to play Starmons. My opponent's going to go to 5 anyway, so I just play Starmon so I can get an extra body out. I'm starting to think that what I have to do is try and swing out because I'm so far behind that I may need to attack as much as possible. I have 4 attacks going into next turn, so if I have Blinding Ray, and Blinding Ray and Bushi, I could play those and go ahead and go for the game here. Which if I do remember correctly, I do have Blinding Ray and Bushi in hand, so with my game plan right now, I'm going to go ahead and swing out. You'll see that is my game plan because I'm going to start swinging out early. I have Blinding Ray, Bushi, but as we're going to see, I hit Transcendent Sword here, which will stop Slash, so it stops me from winning the game right there. I would have been able to swing Slash and then be able to go Blinding Bushi, which was the plan, but now I'm not sure what to do because I don't have any blockers, and my opponent's likely just going to Omnimon me. I have no other choice really but to just go ahead and try and set up something. I do believe I have the Unimon, but I can't Digivolve on top of the Cutemon because it is suspended now. No, I play the Sirenmon. I thought I had the Unimon. I remember playing something for 5, but it was the Sirenmon. My opponent's going to go into Shoutmon. On Digivolution, my Cutemon will die. And putting Agumon underneath to give an extra 1k DP boost But as of right now, I'm not looking super good. Because if my opponent is able to just attack and swing in with Omnimon, I saw they played the Gaussmon here, so I thought I had a chance because I still have the Blinding Bushi, but then my opponent plays Shout and swings over the Siren, so now I'm in super big trouble because if I don't set up some blockers or do something, then my opponent's just going to be able to go and swing for game. I only have one security. I know I don't have any security triggers that are going to be relevant for the matchup outside of just Tamer effects. And I just remember sitting right here just thinking, how am I missing so many of my blockers this match? And it's just not really helping out with the 3 memory. There's not much I can do. I had to digivolve the Bushi right there, so I don't even have Blinding Bushi as an option anymore. I play the Blinding right there to go to 6, and I have to play the Uni, and I have to play the Knightmon to pop. This is the only thing that technically keeps me alive on board. But as you're going to see, my opponent is going to just digivolve into the X antibody, and when attacking can delete my Unimon, and so I just scoop it up after I read what it did, because I forgot what it was secondary effect is. I scoop it up, we go to game 2. I choose my opponent to go first and for me to go second because I did feel like I did brick kind of hard with some of my blockers and stuff, so I wanted to be able to get the extra draw, get the memory. My opponent misses a rookie and just plays the Fugamon, so I'm going to capitalize by hitting Kode, getting 2 LordKnightmon, and just digivolving into Turi, putting my opponent to 1, matching them with their champion, but still being able to develop a rookie in the back. I promote, and I want to get rid of this Lava Garrido, but there's nothing I can do about it, so I just have to go to Unimon, get my opponent as little memory as possible. Zeeg is going to blitz, check Turimon, which is fine. I just let it go through. Like I said, I'm okay with letting a couple of the early checks go through because it will help with Andromon later. I'm going to Blinding Ray, which puts me up to 4, and then Blinding Ray up to 6, so now I can digivolve into Ultimate, which is there's my Andromon, and then there's Lord Knight coming out. I can now swing over Z-Gray, play both an effect from the Knightmon and play an effect from the Andromon. So as you can see, the Knightmon will drop that down. Pulsemon will go ahead and give me a memory because I'm at 2 security. And my opponent was confused there for a second because they weren't sure how I played the second one, but it was because of the Andromon inheritable. TK grabs the War Greymon out, which does make it so I can swing a bit faster if I need to, and my opponent plays the Monochromon, so the War Greymon just works out perfectly because I can Digivolve here, I can swing, unsuspend, and pop the Monochromon. I do go down in 1 security, but I'm feeling pretty safe here. Swinging in with LordKnightmon, I'm playing the Cutemon and the Patamon to recover. I just fully swing in because I have so much effective pressure on board that I just win next turn, and the Pedo pretty much stops it from my opponent attacking in. They play the Fuga, which passes turn, and I just unsuspend, attack in. Pretty simple last couple turns right there. My opponent's having me go first, likely because they also bricked so bad. But as you can see, they're gonna just not be pricking pretty hard again. They missed the rookie and just hard play Greymon. They put me all the way to 4, so I just very safely put them to 3, play Knightmon. Now not only do I have a blocker on board, but I have an ultimate on board, which I can threaten to go into LordKnightmon later or even War Greymon, / if I need to. But my opponent puts me to 3, which is just absolutely amazing because now I can go into Mega if I have it, but unfortunately I don't have it, so I have to go with the Turi on the bench so I can start to dig. Thinking about what to do here, I do have a couple options. I could potentially just hard play a rookie. I could Digivolve into an ultimate. I decided to Blinding Ray so that way I can War Greymon, which swings and will die in security, which is fine. I did go ahead and clear off a Digimon, and I got to add a card into my hand, which I do believe, if I remember correctly, was a Pulsemon, but my opponent just passed his turn, so when that happened I knew that I was in a much better position because I'm going to play LordKnightmon. I'm going to gain a memory off Pulsemon and draw a card, and then just Digivolve into Unimon, which puts up a great blocker that can't be popped by Shoutmon or by Shoutmon DX. The Petamon can, but the Unimon's there to stay. And my opponent plays Lava Garrido hard play, which is once again very good for us because now we're up to 6. There's a lot that I can work with here. I play the Knightmon to give it -8, and then I slash just to pop it down. I don't want them going into Mega, so I gotta make sure I get that passed through. TK is going to go ahead and hit the Lucemon. I want the Lucemon because recovery, obviously, and then my opponent just very quickly plays Monochromon. Swings, play Lucemon. Swing, play Slash. Swing, they'll block, and then I swing again. And I'll go ahead and take care of that game. But with that being said, that was a pretty not too exciting the last 2 games because my opponent did brick pretty hard. But I will be having the rest of the rounds of this store championship up soon and more store championship content coming. So if you enjoyed, please subscribe and be sure to check out the future videos coming soon. Have a great day. Peace out.